Hey guys, Mark Holthe here, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, and former high school teacher. I'm coming to you today in a recorded fashion. Usually I like to do these live, but guys, I am out at our family's cabin near Waterton, beautiful Waterton National Park, and those of you who've been a member of our group for a long time probably know that I talk a lot about Waterton. Now, aside from the location, the reason that I'm jumping on right now to do a recording is because of a message that I saw as I was scrolling through our Facebook group, and someone had asked a question about a reference letter, and they wanted to know if someone had a template or some kind of a guide that they could use. Well, I've talked about this a lot in the past, and you'll notice that I don't post any precedent or any guide for what the reference letter should look like. In other words, the content, yes, and you can go to the completeness check. So if you just type in EEIRCC completeness check in your Google browser, and it'll pull up the document policy that the government uses when they're determining whether or not to use your reference letters. So just Google that and you can search for proof of work experience, and in there you'll see exactly what it's looking for and what the letter should have in terms of content. But guys, do not follow one another's precedents for reference letters. And you're probably wondering, well, Mark, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal, guys, is that if everybody's using the same reference letter and they're always following the same format, guess what? The immigration officers are going to question whether or not this is actually genuine. If individuals who are applying for express entry are constantly submitting the same types of reference letters, then they're going to question whether or not they're fake. So it's important that your employer is the first one that always drafts the letter for you, because it should be in the format that they would typically do. Now, if they need help and they say, look, employee, I don't care, you're still working for me, just you do the reference letter, then that's fine. You can do it, but make sure that they know exactly what's going in that letter and that they are attesting to the fact that it is true and correct. And the person who's signing actually is in a position to be able to do that. So I always advise against doing your own reference letters, but if your employer just doesn't want to be bothered, then you have to do what you have to do. So, but remember, if it's just a matter of you trying to figure out a simple little format that you can use to make it easier, don't copy each other's. Just create it based on the information in that completeness check, and you're going to be laughing. Everything will work just fine. But if your letter is following some template that you got off of some immigration forum or some other immigration Facebook page, even ours, the reality is you want to be really careful, because if there's a ton that are repeating the same thing, you're going to run into issues. All right, guys, I hope this little tip of the day was helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday when I have a fantastic guest that's coming on. And she used my Express Entry Complete Step-by-Step Guide, and she also had some really difficult issues that she had to deal with, and I referred her actually to someone who I consider to be an expert in the field that she was struggling with. But aside from that, she got her confirmation of permanent residence, and I am so ecstatic for her. And so she's going to come and join me in our next EE Live Q&A next Tuesday at noon Mountain Standard Time. That's Alberta time here right in Canada, and I hope to see you there. Now, before I check out, guys, I do want to show you where I'm at. And so you can see here, I'm just inside our little cabin here, but if you can see, as long as the light cooperates, I'm not sure if it will, this is the view that I have out here with beautiful Payne Lake in the background and just an amazing view. And if I took you for a little tour, the reality is it would probably be too windy for you to hear what I was actually saying. So I'm not going to do that and subject you to the wind that's blasting my camera, because it's a little bit windy out there, just a little bit. But this is where I go for my retreat. This is where I go to be able to escape all of the stresses of life, to get out with nature and just to think. And I've had a lot of thinking to do the last little while here as I'm trying to figure out, with all of the hundreds of thousands of people that are now joining our groups, reading the blogs that I write, listening to my Canadian Immigration podcast, that are subscribing to the Canadian Immigration YouTube channel, the Canadian Immigration Institute YouTube channel. So all of these other things are just having a toll on me. They are taking a toll, and it is not possible for me to keep up this pace. So I have to figure out ways that I can continue to help you guys, I can continue to get paid myself, and I can figure out a way that I might be able to find a medium or a happy kind of a in-between period where I have the best of both worlds, where I'm getting paid for what I do, but at the same time, I'm able to help all of you people in the way that you've become accustomed to it. So hang in there. Don't forget about subscribing to my mailing list. And if you go to the top of our Express Entry Law private Facebook page, our private group, and in the top there's an announcement section. And if you go there and you click on it, there's a link in that announcement where you can give me your email address, and then I can make sure that you're actually getting these videos that I'm recording and posting. Because even the last EE Live Q&A that I actually did on Wednesday, which was yesterday, because Tuesday I wasn't able to do it, there hasn't been many views on it, and it's an awesome one. It's a free-for-all. I answered tons of questions, and I even put timestamps in the description as to when the question was asked so that you could skip ahead to the part that is of most use to you. So share it, like it, let everybody know about the group, and the more people we can get involved, the better the group's going to be. All right, guys, this is Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, signing off today in this beautiful location behind me here, Payne Lake. And once again, the sun is so bright behind me, you can hardly see it here. But signing off, and I'm wishing all of you guys the very best as you navigate your way through this crazy world that we all call Express Entry. Take care, guys. Hi guys, Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, and former high school teacher. Popping on quick just to let you know about something that I am super excited about, I'm very proud about, and that is my Canadian Express Entry complete step-by-step guide to doing it yourself. This is something that I created, a little over a year ago, that's been kind of percolating a little bit in the background. I haven't done too much to announce it or to promote it, but I'm at the stage now where we have almost over 110,000 people in my private Facebook group. YouTube has been exploding. There's just so many inquiries, so many people wanting information on Express Entry that I simply can't keep up. This guide, this complete video walkthrough, was created for you. This guide was created as a resource to help you navigate your way through the complexities of the Express Entry system. I want to just flip over and show you my screen here, and I am going to give you a quick little view of what you're looking at when you purchase this. So many people are used to seeing these lists of instructions that people post after they've gone through Express Entry themselves, only to realize that it's just a bunch of information and doesn't actually show you what's going on. So I sat down and spent a ton of time, I would say in excess of at least 100 hours creating this course. And so this course, if you scroll down here a little bit, we can see, covers all aspects of Express Entry in nice little bite-sized pieces just for you. And each of these videos are designed to walk you through step by step through a screencast, and I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger so that everybody can see it if you're watching this on your handhelds. It covers everything from the basics. What is Express Entry? How does the comprehensive ranking system work? To actually preparing your profile, top things to do before you even submit it. And preparing for it is really what the beginning stages are. Then I get into module 3 here, where it's completing your Express Entry profile, and every section is covered, whether you're an individual applicant, a spouse, or even if you are going through the process with a large family, we've got everything covered. And once you've registered for your profile, we have a section here for your electronic application for permanent residence. So all the information you need once you receive your ITA. But you can go through this, and if you want to access it, you can see all the details. You can go and you can look at some of the free samples that I have at the beginning. But all of this is available to help you navigate your way through this crazy world that we call Express Entry. And you can see here, this is the view that you would see as an actual student. And so you can track where you're at. You can see everything here. But guys, the reality is this guide was created specifically for you. And it is designed, and I'm just going to shrink this back down, and I'm going to get back here where you guys can see me. This guide is all of the knowledge, all of the information that I've gleaned over the many years that I've been working through this express entry process. And I tried to compact it and pack it all in just for you guys so that you would recognize all of the pitfalls that you can commonly fall into, that you could see the areas where you can help to bolster your scores if you're trying to get an increase in your comprehensive ranking system scores. But I just wanted to show that to you and let you guys know that it is available for you. And if you go in, and I'm going to actually go back in here one more time, you can see that the cost of doing this, as I scroll up to the top, is actually really, really affordable. And if you just want to jump in and if you want to have a full year, and I'm going to shrink this down so that everybody can see it a little bit better. If you want to have a lifetime access, you can get the whole course, everything, for $497 US. And that's a lifetime. You can have access to it as long as you need. And that's all of the courses, the full content, everything. And then if paying upfront in one chunk is too much for you, you can actually pay through a 6-month payment plan as well of $87 a month. And for those of you who just need to jump in, get a little bit of information, navigate your way through some of the tricky aspects, and then pop out, you can totally subscribe for $97 US a month. So think about it, guys. At the end of the day, I created this for you. Those of you who want to do it yourself, but just need just a tiny little bit of help from someone who's been there before. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you want to access it, all you have to do is type in CanadianImmigrationInstitute.com into your URL, and you can access the course today. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you out there as I'm teaching more information on this crazy process that we call express entry. Take care.